We honor, as we should, a lot of great Georgians. I think the last year or two we've honored football players and basketball players and stock car racers and cowboys and singers and all kinds of things. But I don't remember that we have honored an author. And I especially wanted to honor an author who is a friend of mine and is not only a very, very successful author, but a native Georgian, born and reared in Jonesboro, now lives in Atlanta. Her father had the good sense to move to Fannin County, where he lives, and is a very, very close friend of mine. But Karin Slaughter has made Georgia proud. I think I was just astounded to see that she has sold over 25 million books all over the world. That's almost as many as the minority leader, I understand. But she is truly at the top of the class in the world in terms of mystery. And the great thing that I enjoy about her books, not only are they just, they're not really good bedtime because I have bad dreams oftentimes from reading them. They're wonderful books, but they're all set in Georgia. So I don't know that we have a more successful author in the state now and for the last several years than Karin Slaughter. But but equally as important for why I wanted her here today is to honor the good work that she is doing to promote public libraries in Georgia. She is contributing most of the proceeds from her website to the Decatur Library. Had a fundraiser out there earlier this year and has made that just a primary project for her. And I want to salute her support of public libraries all over the state, but for the Decatur Library in particular. And I hope you will join me in making welcome to the House and honoring a great Georgian, a great Georgia author, Karin Slaughter.
They help me with a lot of my work. So if I'm ever going to kill anybody, I know exactly how to do it. But I'm speaking to you today not as an author, but as a business person and a lifelong resident of the state. Now, what if I told you guys that I've got a great scheme where you can invest $1 today and get $5 back in the future? Now, I know you're wondering if I'm wired, if this is part of an indictment. It sounds like a Bernie Madoff scheme, but it's true. If you invest $1 today in a library, it returns $5 to the community. So, this is like a proven bipartisan way to raise revenue without raising taxes. I mean, it's great. Can you think of anything else that gives such a great return? If you think about it, a kid who reads does well in school. If he does well in school, he goes to college. If he goes to college, he gets a good job. If he has a good job, he pays higher taxes. He employs people. I know as a self-employed person in Georgia, I have a lot of subcontractors I employ to do stuff that I'm not in the state to do. I go to the airport a lot. I pay airport taxes. I drive a nice car. I pay ad valorem. So, really this is a part of giving back to the community. But reading is not just a leisure activity. It teaches kids cognitive reasoning. Now, why do they need this? They need to know how to read the bills you're passing here. They need to comprehend that. They need to understand why they should vote for you and not your opponents. So we need a generation of kids who knows how to read. And y'all may think that digital books and e-books and all that means the ends of the libraries, but libraries offer digital books to check out. They still cost money. If someone wants to get a job and they don't have a computer to go online and apply for that job, they go to the library. So there are so many hidden ways the library gives back to the community. So, what can you do at a library? You can check out these books, you can learn English as a second language. You can meet for your planning if you want to go to your local representative and present some new scheme that you've developed to help the community. I mean, the library is really the beating heart of the community. And I'm proof that libraries work. My dad took me to the library every Saturday in Jonesboro. I learned a love of reading there. I wouldn't be writing today if not for the library. I wouldn't be writing about Georgia in such a positive way. Hopefully you'll read my books and know I don't have us all burning crosses in our yards and drinking mint juleps like Hollywood would have us believe. I pay taxes in Georgia. I could live anywhere in the world. I choose to live in Georgia because it's such a great state. And I want to invest in Georgia the way Georgia has invested in me. And that's why I think funding libraries is a matter of state sovereignty. We're a very business-friendly state, but what does it matter if we don't have a workforce that's going to be competitive for the 21st century? Kids who read go to college. Kids who love reading become senators. They end up in the House of Representatives. I mean, can anyone here raise their hand and say they've never been in the library? Libraries are so useful to us. In Fannin County, for instance, 85% of all the children there rely on the library for books because they don't have them in the home. When school is out, that's their only access to the internet and the library. So this is why I kind of adopted the DeKalb Library Foundation. We've raised around $70,000. This is the only money they had to buy books this year, really. So it's a really important cause to me. David mentioned I've written a short story called Thorn in My Side. All my proceeds are going to benefit the library. So, you know, I feel like I'm doing my part, and I just want you guys to think about when you're talking about funding for libraries. I know David's a great reader. I know many of you in here are great readers. I know you got your start in